Hi everyone, my name is Vincent Nicolosi. I'm a former squad leader of the United States Marine Corps. I want you guys to put yourself in this situation real quick. An ROE requires you to have PID. Those of you who don't know, it's positive identification. Now, you're sitting in an ambush in Afghanistan, you're at your squad. You're overlooking a main MSR, which is the main supply route. You see two men walk out to the supply route and they start digging by the side of the road. Now, you cannot engage them because you do not have PID. They don't have any weapons on them. You really don't know what they're doing. Yet 2 days later, a convoy drives by, they hit an ID, a vehicle goes down, the guy gets a severe concussion, the guy may lose a leg. You really don't know. I want you to really put yourself in this situation. What would you do? Would you engage the enemy, risk getting in trouble, save American lives, or would you just let him go on his merry way and just plant his IDs? I believe the ROE should be more lenient on U.S. troops due to a couple facts. For the next, I'd like to explain hostile intent, propose 3 ways to possibly change, and then discuss the benefits. Now this is hostile intent. This man right here has 2 weapons and he is actively pointing at which could be a target. Now, from the definition from NATO, hostile intent is attacks against designated persons or designated targets demonstrating hostile intent. This is based off the capability and preparedness of a person who poses a threat or evidence that indicates a person to inflict damage. Now, from a magazine from Hawkins, she wrote, during the Bush administration, we were able to engage people planning IDs with more ease. Now, since the rules have changed, it's been a lot harder for us to actually engage them rather than just let them go about themselves. You have to call up the hire. The hire says we can't engage them because they could be farmers. Now, this is what happens when you aren't able to engage them. This is my squad overlooking the main supply route. Have we found an ID? EOD has found it. They're going to detonate it. That's a little guy too. That's not a big idea at all. That is something that U.S. troops step on all the time. Now, I'd like to propose 3 ways that we could possibly change ROE. First way is we can add another part under the Hostile Intent Act, saying that we are able to fire at least a warning shot at people planting IDs in places they're not supposed to be. Secondly, make it mandatory for farmers to come to U.S. NATO forces and inform them of their whereabouts, when and where they're going to be digging. And the third somewhat goes along with the second, and it's to have U.S. NATO troops accompany all farmers throughout their digging in our areas. Now, this picture right here, it could be hostile intent, you really don't know. From a distance you see a bunch of guys and a guy digging. The guy in the middle could have an ID, could be playing an ID, you don't know. And this is with U.S. Marines with farmers. As you can tell, they're right by them, they can't do anything. The chances of them being able to plant an ID in front of the United States Marine is pretty slim. Now I'm going to explain a little bit about these. By adding another part, we can mitigate the risk that U.S. troops take daily. IDs are a very big problem over in Afghanistan. For the second one, making it mandatory for the farmers to come inform us, it lets us know what they're doing, and it lets us be able to factor out if they're a combatant, if they're not, or if they're not a combatant. If we call up the hire, we ask them if there's a guy supposed to be out here. They can tell us yes or no. And if they say no, we're going to engage them. 3, having troops with them allows us to see everything they're doing. They can't really get past us. Now, I'd like to ask you guys, with your help, with everyone's help, it's possible that we could change this and we could save American lives. It's very possible. We could possibly sign a petition, get it going around to as many people as possible. I could even ask you guys to spread the word to anyone you know. Maybe somewhere down the line it'll get to someone higher that actually has a say in what goes on. Also, we could write letters to Congress to attempt to change their minds on the situation. Well, thank you everyone for listening to my input, and any questions?